This video will discuss two laws that are crucial to understand and to follow in special education. They are FERPA and HIPAA. We will discuss each one individually and compare them. The first law is FERPA, which is the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act of 1974. This law covers educational records of children. It was created to find a balance between access and privacy, so that those with a need to access the records would be granted that right, and those without a need to access the records would be restricted so that the privacy of the student would be protected. If there are violations of FERPA, the district or the individual is not fined for those violations, but federal funds are withheld from the program that violated FERPA. Under FERPA, assessment data must be placed in a confidential file secured by two locks. That could be in a locked drawer in a locked office, or electronically, it could be in a locked folder on a locked computer, just so long as there are two locks between a person trying to access the records and the records themselves. Anecdotal behavior notes, so behavior notes taken by a teacher or a psychologist or anyone that has interacted with a child in a professional capacity. Those behavioral notes are placed in the cumulative file unless they're part of a functional behavior assessment. If those notes are part of a functional behavior assessment, then they are included in the confidential file. Under FERPA, parents are guaranteed access to their children's educational records until the child turns 18 or is enrolled in post-secondary school, whichever comes first. Also under FERPA, access is granted on a case-by-case basis to specific teachers for specific purposes. The next law is HIPAA, which is the Health Information Portability and Accountability Act of 1996. This covers medical and health information. There are fines for violations at a minimum of $25,000 per violation, and any personally identifiable information is covered. So any information that could be used to identify the person is kept confidential. So name, address, phone number, social security number, any medical conditions, height, weight, physical characteristics, all of those are considered personally identifiable information and are covered under HIPAA. Data must be encoded before being sent, whether that's between doctors' offices or any person that has a legitimate need for these must encode the data before sending them. And HIPAA covers health plans, clearinghouses, and certain healthcare providers, such as doctors, dentists, pharmacies, psychologists. Anyone that has access to health information must keep it confidential and follow this law. Parents have complete access to these health records until the child is aged 18, and they have access to read them and request any changes that they feel necessary to be included in this record. To compare them, FERPA is regarding educational records. HIPAA covers medical records. For FERPA, there are no fines for violations, however, federal funds are withheld. For HIPAA, there are fines for violating it. For FERPA, parents have access until the child is 18 or in college, whichever comes first. HIPAA, parents have access purely until the child is 18. With FERPA, data must be secured by two locks, and HIPAA, data must be encoded before sending. And these two laws are integral to the world of special education, as we will be dealing with educational records and most likely dealing with records that include medical information as well. So feel free to watch this video again or talk to the tutor or ask your classmates if you need additional help.